So here we have the Lister D universal grinder. I'll show you around in a bit. Swimming out. Problems I've had with it. Anyway, laughing about a lot, but it might stay on. Let's see. I've got just a, not very much, just a thin bit. Just to show you it works. Just flip that up just so you can see it does work. Right, and like I said, it's a universal grinder. Now, I've only had that on and I can only put a small gear on. So we'll just try, I've got a worn out-ish grinding wheel, we'll try that on. And, again, I'm going to try and keep out your way. I can't guarantee it, can I? You know what we're like for room here, but to change this, all you have to do is loosen this nut here, which is a 17. Now I've got the 16 end. I wonder why it won't fit. Loosen that like that. A bit more. There we are. That slides out the way enough to get it off. Now, and when I get it changed, I will show you. Right, we're undoing it. Oh dear, spanner's moved. Right, we're undoing it like that. It's not that tight actually now, it's vibrating. Anyway, just to show you what I've done. It's not perfect, but it fitted fairly well, right? It was quite a good fit. These, rather, were quite a good fit. So I'll just show you these and tell you what I've actually done, right? Two of these off an old angle grinder, you see, and I ground the squares off. You know that this is the one that goes underneath, so I ground that flat for a washer, right? You can see that. Now this one, the lip, what it sits on, I ground it back so I can get that thin disc on, you see. So that'll just centre it. So that's what we do. Anyway, I think I'm going to have to take this off altogether. Of course, you know what, I've had every problem in the world doing this, and I'm not joking. It really has been bloody bad. Because look, even that bolt is too tight, right? I'm only undoing this nut, but I'm just telling you, it's only got to be a short little video of this. As you can see, oh, there, alright. Now, that'll come off now. Now I've got a small, fairly worn out stone, bit thicker, you see. Because like I said, this is, you know, and that will fit on there like that, and that goes there, and this goes on there like that, and that big nut screws on here. It's fairly obvious, isn't it? But there we are. Now we tighten it up again. Because if I hadn't shown you it, changing wheels and that, if I hadn't shown it, people would say, oh, it's not universal. You know what people are like. So, that's that bit. Now, of course, we've got to put the guard back on, which goes like that. And yes, it works. Now we've got to put the nut on. Unfortunately. Now the nut tightens up. Right. As I said, I'm sorry if I keep standing in your way, but you know the room here. We haven't got a lot. And that goes on there, like that. Just cold today, that's why I nearly didn't do this, but it's got to be the same weather tomorrow, so anyway, that's plenty firm enough. Right, let's see if the engine's go again. And look, I'm only just got room to get to the engine, you see. That's another problem I've had. We'll put the glasses on again. And now we'll probably out. Try and hide it. Right. There we are. Look. See? Now, do the whole thing again. As I say, it's got to be a very quick video, this is. With me stood in the way for most of it. Now I'll get my spanner and take this off again. See, because it's the first time I've had a big thing on, you see, just to see. Not quite, nearly would. I told you that things are a bit tight, so we won't worry about that. But I've got to put this bolt back in, and you know what's going to happen now, don't you? Oh no, we're alright. I was going to say the threads won't be long enough, but it is. But I've got to put this bolt back in. There we are. We'll put that in the floor. Should be plenty good enough demo. It will then. There we are. Right. Now we will see if we can press the button again. Right, go again. No. Right. Keeping my knees and clothes out the way of the wheel. Right. Like I said, you don't need a drive to tap this, do you? See that? Working really well. Look. These bearing stuff, it's actually better than having it on angle grinder. So this to be universal grinder is in fact useful. How about that? There we are, deburred it all up, rounded the corners, where are we there, round the corners, so there you go. Now I've left the camera outside because when it was inside you couldn't hear me, could you? So, what do you think of that? Eh? What do you think of that? Universal grinder. Right, turn that like that and it'll stop. And I'll just quickly show you around it. quickly show you around it what I've done, if I can. Right, I've shown you how I've fastened the wheel on, you see, and I did show you this the other day, didn't I? The frame I made, right, that frame. Anyway, it's all mounted on and quite tidy, isn't it? You know, it's going to do a bit of a job. And the pulley, I used the pulley off the, it hasn't come dead through as you can see, but I used the pulley off the camera's good area, I can't see it very well. There you go. Right, I used the pulley, and what I did, I've welded a piece onto it, right, and I got the middle out a bearing that fitted the shaft and put it in the middle, more or less, and welded the inner of the bearing to that, and I welded the shaft to the inner of the bearing first, and then the nut goes on as it should do, right? So that's how I've done that bit of the job. Anyway, again, I think we've got a bit of a first, haven't we? And that's the first thing I've done with the shaft that Duncan made me, you see. So that's a useful thing, isn't it? It can be put in a box and used whenever. And then we'll see what else there is that we can do with it. Right, hope you've enjoyed it.